connect. Sorry, just trying to get the everything connected properly. Okay, we got our stuff. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How are you, Jen? It's been ages. Hi, Lindsay. Okay, the usual. Blocks if you've got them, books if you don't. Bolster, if you don't have a bolster, get a pillow, cushion, whatever. Blanket. Actually, we do need a blanket or a towel today. So if you don't have one, go grab one, please. And wearing my sweet bed socks again. You guys like them? Okay. I'm just going to turn the comments off so people can see if you're on Instagram. No. Turn off commenting. Let me do that. And this is just woken up. Don't mind the face, the hair. Okay, so gentle yoga class. Again, you don't need a mat. You just need somewhere that you can move the body. Make sure it's not slippery if it is, if you don't have a mat. And yeah, with a blanket or towel or whatever you have, hey, if you've got a sew right, you might want to use one of them. We'll grab our blanket, we're going to roll it up, we're going to start lying down on it. Now, if you have your period and it's uncomfortable for the ladies, you're going to start in a full butterfly on your back. Blocks can go under the outer knees, etc. Or if you're pregnant as well. Otherwise, we're going to take our blanket and we are going to, I'm trying to delay a little bit just in case you guys didn't have a blanket or you can always use the bolster or something else, something to roll up and just put in that lower abdomen area. So if it is a blanket or a towel, grab it and roll it up. And then we are going to lie forwards on top of this. So you'll bring it back, you'll lie down, and if this is too big, you can always unravel the blanket and make it slightly smaller. Or if it's not big enough and you don't really feel it, then make it a little bit bigger. So bring yourself down onto your belly. You can always rest the back of the hands or the head on the back of the hands. Let me get my timer going. And let yourself just rest. If you feel any compression or discomfort in the lower back, you'll widen the feet a little bit more. If it feels better to put an ear down or to put something under your head, so if you have another towel or something else, you might want to put that under the ear. We're going to just rest here for about 5 or so minutes. So you've got time. I want you to just lay forwards and breathe and rest. Let the entire body rest down. So the blanket should be between just below the navel and just above the pubic bone. That little area might be a little lower than the pubic bone. That's not a bad thing. Make sure it feels like that area in the lower abdomen, that whatever you're using, blanket, towel, it might be a t-shirt rolled up or a couple or a jumper or something, that it's moving into the body as you breathe. And then make sure that you can rest the upper body down, that you're not propped up, that you're not in a tense body stance, and just breathe. Let the legs relax. Notice if you're holding the legs in one place, you might want to let the heels rest out or drop out. They might drop in depending on your body, the bony structure, and breathe. And notice as you breathe in, breathe down into where the blanket is. So breathing so deep that you feel the lower abdomen expand forwards into the blanket and the low back expand away from it. Then everything drops back down and forwards as you breathe out. Low back, the stomach might move up. So that's where the blanket might move a little further into the body, or the prop, whatever you have, a little further into the body as you exhale. Slowly breathing in and out. Just allowing this foreign thing to move gently into the body to create a little bit more space. Continue to relax other areas of the body. So if you notice that the jaw is tense, relax your jaw. If you notice that the shoulders or the neck that you're gripping, relax there. Need to go to the toilet? I always say this in class when we do this. Need to go to the toilet? Please go. No. In class, people know. But here, no. Don't hold it. So this is pushing right where the bladder is. Just so if you need to pee, please do. And now start to breathe a little deeper. Just allowing the whole area to relax a little further. Get my headphones for you guys. Continue to let the body melt down and forwards. And then notice, can you feel that pulse area in the abdomen? Can you feel it gently pressing into the blanket? And start to count your breath. Count how long it takes to breathe in and how long it takes to breathe out. And then that exhale, just let everything surrender further. You might need to tell yourself certain words like relax or let go, or that it's okay. You're in a safe space. You're where you're meant to be, where you need to be. Now the last few breaths here. Take about 5 more. And if this feels really, really good, you might want to stay here the entire class. It's totally fine to stay here. This might be really, really comfortable for you. If it is, take advantage of it. If it's helping your body to open up, to get more space. Again, if this is uncomfortable, you will be on your back with the soles of the feet together with the knees wide in the full butterfly, reclined full butterfly. Now, if it feels fine, just stay here with the legs about hip width or a bit wider, or open the right knee, and do the left knee here so you guys can see out to the side into a half prone frog. Now, if you need to move yourself over to the right or the left a little, just for this to feel better, and if you need to pad the inside of the left leg, you can. Notice that you're not holding the body in place, that you can relax, especially the right leg. So the left leg in a half prone frog. You can have an ear down, a forehead down, or the forehead down. You need the hands on the back. The forehead on the back of the hands. Interesting talking morning today. And then just allow the inside of the left leg to completely relax on the right. The right leg softens down. There's no tension in either of the legs at all. The inside of the right foot is down to the ground, so the right toes are turned out to the side. Take another, I'm just timing it for you guys. A couple of breaths. And we'll have a chance to add on. If you're lying on your back, you can bring the arms back behind you if that's comfortable. Make sure the leg that's extended, the left leg, is relaxed. And now if you'd like to thread your right arm over to the left side. So we take a bind as well. I'm going to bring the ear down, maybe put a prop under the ear if that's comfortable. The palm can be face up or down, whatever feels best. The right hand can just rest in front. Welcome to bring the right arm to the lower back if that feels good. As you breathe slowly in and out. If possible, the breath is through the nose, so we still have that blanket there in the abdomen area. Excuse me, through today. We'll take 4 more slow, deep breaths. Notice if any of the legs start to tense or tighten. Notice if the breath has started to slow down a little bit more. So working into the psoas, also a little bit of the hip flexor area. Helping the front of the body to open up, especially if we're sitting a lot or being at home, maybe sitting computer, watching TV, whatever it is. We'll take 1 more deep, full breath in. And slow exhalation. Now bring the leg back that you had out to the side. We're going to unravel the arm and then take it to the other side. So open the left knee out to the side. Again, if you need to pad the knee, you might want to put a blanket under the inside. The knee comes out in line with the hip, foot out in line with the knee, inner arch of the left foot to the ground, and just rest forwards. First of all, for the first minute and a bit. Relaxing the leg that's extended, depending on what side you're doing. And if you need to move the body a little over to the left or the right, especially if it just feels like the blanket is not in the right place, move over to where it feels best. Notice any differences on this side. Anything that feels more intense, maybe more spacious. And take 3 more breaths. Relaxing the inner leg that's open out to the side and the leg that's extended. Make sure you're not holding it in place. Take 1 more full breath in. Now let's spread our right arm over to the left side. Again, you bring a prop under the ear or with your hand. The left arm can be forwards, back, behind the back, whatever feels comfortable. Be nice and gentle with yourself this morning, just allowing yourself space to open up in a nice, easy way. So no force, just nice, slow, deep breaths. Again, can you breathe deeper? Can you breathe a little slower? So breath is such an important part of our entire life. If we're not breathing properly when we're sleeping, then we're not waking up recovered and healed from anything from the previous day before that. If we're not breathing properly when we're going about simple things like walking, sitting, eating, all the things that we do out of habit that we don't have to think about, and often our body's not working properly. So about another 4 breaths, slow breaths. Breathe nice and deep. Then we'll start moving. So give yourself this time. I know it's often hard to just be in one place, to let go, to surrender to what is now. I put a picture up on both of my accounts, the Instagram accounts this morning, just saying life is not perfect. And as what we know we're going through right now, you can see that. 2 more breaths. It doesn't mean that this situation is not perfect, it just means that it's different. Are you making the best out of it? I hope so. Take one more full breath in. Slow, full breath out. Unravel your arm, bring the leg back, press into the palms, and bring yourself back into a child's pose, just with the forehead or the chest resting on that blanket. Let the arms rest. So if you prefer, blanket forehead, blanket chest. If you need to pat the knees with the blanket instead, that's an option. Just take a few breaths here. Let the hips get heavy. Another option is to sit back on a bolster or blocks or something else that's going to support the body, especially if your bum's all the way up, away from the heels. Take a deep breath in. Think of expanding right where that blanket was. The front, also the opposite side. So the tummy pushes out to the inner thighs. And then the exhale, everything tones back in towards that central region of the spine. Deep breath in. Full, slow exhalation. And let's slowly lift the torso up. So we're going to stay in that child's pose legs position. So the big toes together, behind, knees wide. If you need to, again, pad the knees, sit up on something higher. I want your pelvis down. So I want it pressed on something. So if that means pillows, you can get as many pillows in your bedroom as you're allowed to. Sit up on something under the hamstrings, on top of the heels, whatever does feel best. The hands are going to come onto the ground. So I want you to just think of blocking out the pelvis. So the pelvis is not going to be moving when we move through the spinal extension and flexion here. If your hands don't touch the ground easily, grab your books, grab your blocks. And then use that little lift kit to give you grounded with the hands, or something to ground. And now here, keep the pelvis nice and still, push it down, inhale, pull the chest forwards and up. So this is a very restricted cow pose. I want you to move from the navel up, and then exhale, cat pose. Don't let the pelvis move. Pull the ribs in, start to really push the upper back ribs behind you. Chin can come into the chest. Again, pull the chest forwards and up. Keep the pelvis pressing down. So be very conscious of what's going on in the low spine and the pelvis. And then exhale, really grounded child's pose cat. Pull the ribs in, navel in. So this is minimal movement. It doesn't have to be big, even less than what I'm doing. Again, inhale, pull the chest forwards and up. Pull the shoulders back, collarbones wide. Exhale, cat of the spine. So spinal flexion. Again, inhale, spinal extension, just the upper body. Pull the chest forward, shoulders back. Last one, exhale, spinal flexion, cat pose. And then let's come up, we'll do the opposite. This time just with the forearms on the ground. You can interlace the fingers, have the palms flat. So I want you to think pelvis to middle back's moving. So keep the knees pressing down. If you need to tuck the toes for more stability or untuck, whatever feels best for you. So here, tuck your tailbone and pull the low spine back behind you. And then we'll do the opposite. Lift the hamstrings and tilt the tailbone up and back. Now, if you need to have your head down on your hands so you can really lock out the upper back, you can. Or maybe head into the back of the hands. Again, pull the tailbone down. And then tilt the tailbone up. We'll do 2 more. Tailbone down. Pull the navel up and in. Pull the tailbone up, hamstrings up. Really press down into the elbows and the forearms. Last one. Lumbar flexion. And then we pull it up all the way. And then let's come up to a tabletop position, hands and knees. We'll move the whole spine. Again, tuck or untuck the toes. Inhale for cow. So slowly move up the spine. Again, it doesn't have to be big to be effective. And then exhale, dome, tailbone tilts back. Move up the spine again. Option to come onto the fingertips. Chin can come into the chest. Inhale, tilt the tailbone up, lift the hamstrings. Think of moving up each vertebrae. Pulling the chest forward through the biceps. And then the opposite. Tailbone tucks. We'll do one more. Inhale for cow. Lift the front of the chest up. And then exhale, dome for cat. Now extend your left leg back behind you. Toes are on the ground. Just pivot on the foot. You can take some big circles with the entire body. Pushing the heel back to the side. Wherever it does feel good, feeling maybe a nice stretch on the back of the left calf. Pivot forwards, backwards. Make sure you take it in both directions. You might also be working the wrist if you're taking the shoulders forwards in front of the wrist creases. And now come to stillness. Turn your right foot out to the side. You can tuck the toes and then bring the sole of the left foot flat. So it's a grounded, modified side plank. Left hand lifts straight up to the sky. And then tuck your right hip towards the left heel. Pull the right shoulder back. You can always bend the right elbow if necessary. Press into the outer left foot. On the inhale, reach the left arm over the ear, hopefully feeling the stretch from the heel to the fingers. Exhale, hand comes back down to the hip. Inhale, arm reaches up and over the ear. Keep the right hip pulling back. Exhale, hand down to the hip. Inhale, reach the arm up and over the ear. This time, on the exhale, we're going to stand up onto the right knee. If you need to turn the right foot further out to the side for more stability, you can. Again, pad the knee if necessary. Left foot presses down. Arms reach all the way up to the sky. Move into gate pose. Left hand down to the left thigh or calf. Right arm reaches up and over. And this might be like we did the other day, taking movement or stillness. Chest to the sky, chest to the ground. Move the arm around, head around. Take one more breath. And inhale, reach back up. And then we'll bring the hands down to the ground in front of you. And then we'll just pivot backwards and forwards. So bring your bum back towards the right heel. Again, toes tucked or untucked, whatever feels best. Keep the left outer foot pressing down. Come forward, shoulders past the wrists. Push down into the heel of the hands. And then bring it back all the way, hip to heel. And then bring it forwards. We'll do two more. Bring it back. If it feels good, just stay back here. Might feel really nice on the inside of the left leg into the adductor. And then bring it forwards. And one more. And then forwards. Come back to that neutral position in the center. And then lift yourself all the way back up. And bring the right hand back down to the ground. Lift the left foot off the ground for modified side plank again. Shoulders pull back, left toes flex into the face. Take another full breath in, pull the ribs in, tuck the right hip to the left heel. And then let's come back to that tabletop position. Knee and hand down. Inhale for cow. And exhale, dome for cat. Move nice and slow. Inhale, cow. And exhale, dome for cat. And let's come back to a neutral spine. Bring the right foot back behind you, same thing. Pivot on the toes, you can move around forwards, backwards. Move in big circles. Again, there might be some movement for the wrists. Bringing the shoulders forwards in front of the wrists, pushing all the way back into the foot, getting a nice stretch at the back of the leg. Take another breath. Now let's turn our left foot out to the side. Bring the right foot down to the ground. So hand, knee, and foot all in one line. Press that outer right foot down. Tuck or untuck the left toes, whatever's stable for you. Right hand lifts up to the sky. Left hip tucks back. Ribs pull in. Left shoulder pulls back. Right arm over the ear. And exhale, hand down to the hip. Again, right arm over the ear. Push into the outer right foot so you get a big side body stretch. And then hand down to the hip. Again, right arm over the ear. And this time lift yourself up. You might need to walk the right foot further away. Left foot can come further back behind you if you need that extra little bit of space for stability. And lift the arms straight up to the sky. And exhale into gate pose. Right hand to right leg, left arm comes over. And again, we either stay here or we move around. Really hug the outer hips in, so you're supporting the sacrum. Head can look up, arm can move in and out. Notice what this side is feeling. And take another full breath in. And a full breath out. Hug the left hip in. Lift yourself back up. Lift the arms to the sky. And then bring the hands down to the ground in front of you. So left knee is underneath the hip, hands underneath the shoulders. And then bring the hips back towards the left heel. You might come all the way down, only a few inches back. Keep the right outer foot pushing down. Bring yourself forwards, shoulders in front of the wrist creases. And exhale, bring it back. Now, if it's not suitable for you to come shoulders in front of the wrist, you don't have to. Only go to where it feels best for you. Always modify for what's necessary. Again, press into the fingers. And bring the hips back. And do one more. Then you can always stay there if it feels good. One more exhale. And come back up to shoulders on top of wrist, hip on top of left knee. And then slowly lift yourself all the way up, with the arms to the sky. Bring the left hand down to the ground. Lift the right foot up off the ground. So modified side plank. Again, left shoulder pulls back. Right arm lifts up. Shoulder blades pull back behind you. Kick the wall or whatever it is through the right heel. Pull the left hip back, ribs in. Take an inhale, nipples to the right palm. And then exhale, hand and knee down. Inhale, cow pose. Again, lift the chest up. Exhale, cat pose. Dome the spine. Again, you can come onto fingertips if that feels better for you. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Then move the knees back behind. Bring the hands out wide. And then slowly bend the elbows. Lower yourself all the way to the ground. Let's set up for a baby cobra, then we'll move a little further into that. So hands come underneath the front of the shoulders or further back, hands under the elbows. Forehead is down, so the chin tucked into the throat, the back of the neck nice and long. Feet are either together, any sacral dysfunction, walk the feet a bit wider, and press all 10 toenails down. Rock the pubic bone forwards, suck your navel up. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. Again, doesn't have to be high to be effective. Exhale, slowly lower the chest. Inhale, lift up, keep the chin into the throat, shoulders pull back, lengthen your bum to the heels. Exhale, chest back down. Roll the inner thighs up. Inhale, lift the chest forwards and up, shoulders back. Exhale, lower back down. One more. Inhale, lift the chest forwards and up. Keep the chest lifted this time. Lift the left foot off the ground. Can you keep the pelvis nice and still? So notice if the left hip lifted or if it's a bit uneven now. Straighten the left leg, so really push back through the inner big toe. Exhale, left foot down. Right toes lift up off the ground. Again, same thing. Pelvis stays nice and still, nice and quiet. Keep the tailbone lifted. Lengthen the inner right leg back. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower down. Continue that breath to movement. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right leg lifts. Keep the left hip pressing just as much as the right. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right leg lifts. If it's too much with the chest lifted, you can lower it. Exhale, lower. Exhale, lower. Lower the chest back down. And then bring yourself over onto your back. So flip over. Come onto your back. And we'll take a happy baby pose. Bring the knees to the underarms. You can take a passive pose by just holding the front of the knees, the shins, or the hamstrings. If you feel like it, you can grab the big toes, the outer feet, the ankles. Whatever is accessible and comfortable. Press the tailbone forwards and down. Pull the spine back. Keep the neck nice and long. Shoulders pull back. Really widen at the collarbones. Take another full breath in. Let's take a figure four. Cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Either left foot on the ground or interlace the fingers at the left shin or hamstring, right toes flexed. You might stay still in the center. You might find a deeper stretch, more to the left, or maybe more to the right. If you need the left foot on the ground, you can always press the right hand into the right knee and create resistance, right knee into right hand. And take one more full breath in. And then slowly swap it over to the other side. Left ankle, right thigh, left toes flex. Take the awkward finger grip. So if you can see my hands now, that's the normal. If you don't know what the awkward is, you're just going to swap it over. So whatever you go to, gravitate to naturally, take the opposite. Left toes flex again. You might just stay still in the center. You might lean a little more left. You might lean a little more right. The left knee pushes away. Both sides of the pelvis press down if you are in the very center. Keep the head relaxed back, shoulders pulling back. Take another breath in. Another breath out. And then slowly release. Hug the knees to the chest. And we'll set up for our resting pose for Shavasana. Now, if you prefer, you put the blocks under the back of the knees. Blanket can go over the abdomen. Hand towel, pillow, whatever, eye pillow over the eyes. The arms can come out wide. Let your body relax here fully. your breath. Move now up into the chest, let it shallow. And just feel where your body is at right now. Notice, first of all, each body part. Does it feel like everything is separate? Like you can feel the arm compared to the leg, compared to the torso. Now notice how they're not separate at all. Everything is completely connected. The entire body is a mass of cells, and they're buzzing. They're moving. There might be a temperature. Different temperatures in different areas. But everything is just a mass. And let that mass relax further. As you feel the breath move in and out. And let the mass surrender down. Tell yourself that you're in the right place right now. That this is where you're meant to be. This is the exact perfect place for you now. You're welcome to stay right here, to enjoy this feeling that you have right now. When you're ready, move back into today, deepen your breath, move your body, move it slow. Arms, legs, fingers, toes. Take a big stretch. And bring the legs in and roll onto the side that's the opposite of what you want to roll onto. So normally, they say roll onto the most comfortable side, roll onto the opposite, do something different. Change it up. And just notice where your thought pattern's at right now, your mind. How has it changed? Just be aware of that throughout the day. When you're ready, bring yourself up to a seat. You can sit on your props if that's comfortable. Eyes can be open or closed. Hands on the legs, the lap, the heart, whatever does feel best. Thank yourself for again connecting and moving and just being here. Breathing together. Bring your hands now through prayer, thumbs to the third eye. Let's bow in gratitude. I thank you guys so much. Namaste. Good morning. Have an amazing rest of your day. To YouTube, to Instagram. I swapped it over today. Okay, guys. Have an awesome day.